Well, hi everybody. I woke up this morning on March 22nd, 2024, and first day of spring was a few days ago, and woke up to a light dusting of snow here in the western suburbs of Chicago. So I decided to go out and take a walk, but I'm pausing now to talk to y'all about press passes. And people who follow the channel know I am a photojournalist for the local West Suburban newspaper group in my area of Chicago. And here, this is my press pass. On the back side it has all the papers that are part of that newspaper group. But what does this do? What will this get me into? And what will it not get me into? Well, it will get me into local community events. It will get me into local high school sporting events, things like that. And the fact that I do this in the community means that I'm recognized, so it doesn't take much for me to just show up with this and get into an event. Now, what will it not get me into? It won't get me into any kind of event that has fairly high security. Okay, so this summer, the Democratic Party convention is Chicago. If I show up at the door of that convention, I'm not getting in. If I show up at a professional sporting event, if I go to a Chicago Cubs or White Sox game, if I go to a Chicago Bears American football type game, if I go to a Chicago Fire real football type game, I'm going to agree for that. Hey, my father was a high school American football coach, so I grew up with the game. So recently I got an email, and the email, I won't say who it was from, but it was about they had an agreement with an organization that provides press passes to freelance photographers. And I've known about this outfit for quite some time. Here's the problem. That press pass that you pay for, and you pay good money for, might work for the first things I mentioned, like high school football games or local community events. It, however, is not going to work for professional sporting events, political events like the conventions, anything where there's fairly high security. The Chicago Auto Show, yeah, this is very interesting. So every year there's a Chicago Auto Show. If you go onto their website and look at the press area, they're specific about what kind of credentials you need to get into the auto show for free as a photojournalist. And showing up with, if I showed up with this, not going to work. What has to be done is your publisher or whoever it is you're working for has to contact the authorities, the press authorities at the event that you're going to cover, and get clearance for you and get credentials specific to that event. And that's not going to happen with any outfit that tells you for many tens of dollars that they're going to get you a press pass that's going to work for anything like that. So it's like anything else, buyer beware. But if you really want to do photojournalism, what my recommendation is, you find in your local area journalistic outfits, like a local paper. It doesn't matter if they print a paper or not. If it goes on the web, they're still doing journalism. You approach them and you have a portfolio so that they can see your work and see if they will hire you from time to time as a stringer, which is what I get. Well, of course, I'm the primary photographer for my newspaper group, mainly because I'm the only full-time guy. The other photographers have day jobs, so I'm always available unless I have a commercial assignment, which I get a few times a quarter. So it's just a little word of advice. If you see an offer like this, my advice is you pass on it and you work on making local contacts. Other thing we might want to consider is local tourism boards. We have in our area, Oak Park, Illinois has a tourism board because it's a tourist destination. We got all the Frank Lloyd Wright architecture. They've approached me about shooting for them from time to time. So that's it for this video. Just wanted to make sure that people don't, spend money on something that's probably not going to work for them. And what I will do now is leave you with some pictures from my morning walk here at Salt Creek Woods Nature Preserve. And one of the things I'll show you guys, this is kind of weird. Let me flip this around. We actually have a bald cypress swamp here. And of course, this is 300 miles north of where they natively occur. The story is that this was a civilian conservation corps camp in the 1930s, and this is kind of a swampy, marshy area. So they planted these bald cypress trees, which have now gotten pretty big. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, I'm Todd Banner. I will see you next time.